Yeah, the first thing we have to deal with contradictions, right, is when we have the four gospels, right? So it's important to see that first of all they're very, very, very complementary, right? In the very fact that the church put those four gospels together, they did not see them as contradictory, right? I mean, we know of people doing things where if they have a blatant contradiction, they probably would be concerned about that. They didn't seem to think that was a problem, and we shouldn't as well. So we do have to then look at this one example. We have to look at it in context and so on, right? So overall, the resurrection accounts, the gospel accounts, are giving you complementary accounts. They're giving Jesus from slightly different angle, but in reporting from a slightly different angle doesn't mean that they're contradictory. It means they're complementary. But in the case of Matthew, that speaks of one angel type of thing, it's very important to see that it doesn't say one angel and one angel alone. It mentions the one angel. Luke mentions two, but you can have two angels, and in Matthew just simply mention one of them without having to mention two, right? So you'd have a contradiction if Matthew says there was one angel and one angel alone. He doesn't say that. He just simply mentions the one angel speaking and acting and so on. Luke mentions two, and it doesn't say, that he mentions the two. So it's that would be, when we put that together, we would say there was two angels, yet Matthew is only mentioning the one of them, but he doesn't add alone, right? In the sense that so then you would have a flat contradiction. Right now, there's no contradiction. It's just simply Matthew is focusing on what the one angel said, not the two. Luke is mentioning, stepping back and giving, well, there were two angels actually, and not saying anything more than that. So that's why I would say there's no contradiction. Each of them have to be read in terms of their own presentation. They're complementary. The church never saw them as contradicting one another. If they did, they would have pointed that out. And so the very fact that they collected them together as Holy Scripture and saw them as complementary is how we should approach that as well. And Matthew is saying, here's the one angel, but again, it's not saying only one angel, right? And Luke is saying, well, there's
Mm.
two, and they're giving slightly different angles of it, but they're not saying flat contradictions with one another. And over again, I mean, scholarship has shown. I mean, many people have brought all kinds of challenges to the Bible, and over again, those have been answered. And there's plenty of good literature on that. I think of a very good book on the Gospels and the complementary nature of them that was summarized by Craig Blomberg, a New Testament scholar from Denver Seminary here in the United States, and it's all on the gospel counts, the gospel narratives. There's plenty of material out there that shows these are complementary but not contradictory.